is Pille, and she's Ilse from Latvia. And we are going to talk about forestry software. My background is forestry. So when I was working in Forest and Timber Industries Association in Estonia, I saw the struggle that our forestry companies had with explaining to project manager their needs, and then project manager had to explain to product owner, and then product owner had to explain it to developer, and then it was such a mess in this electronical timber waybill system what we were building there. But we managed, and that was my trigger to start to learn a little bit more about programming as well. So right now I work in Teskis, which is a forestry software company in Estonia, and my field there is user experience. I am so very happy that our team has expertise in geography, in mathematics, in the radio technology, which was there even before IT name was invented, and also in mechatronics. That allows us to put together software what we need in forestry. So today here we will show you how Little Estonia and Little Estonian companies have increased their competitive advantage through three main things: flexibility of software, standardization, and automatization. Automatization part in technical level will be shown you by Ilse. So within 20 years of experience that our team has, in our knowledge, foresters, forestry companies use forestry software for three reasons. And they also weight that from AI systems or machine learning systems to simplify the activities they do in fields. As you saw previously, the measurement data gathered, the truck drivers driving with logs. Then they need to have error-free data. When one guy is entering the data into systems, it's much easier to have those automatic controls within the system already, so that the pine tree height is not 300 meters just by mistake. And the third thing is investment appraisal, so that they could increase the value of the company as well. For doing that, they need to have smart decisions and to know where to put their money and what to fundraise. So, who of you is working maybe in forestry company or in forestry? One, okay, very good. And might be that your company also is operating in Baltic states, yes? So most likely your partners there use some of those systems. We have 860 customers, and basically all the private timber or the log that goes from the stand to a sawmill gate uses our system in one point, if not all of them. So below the line here, they are Teskis' softwares, but we share the credit with all the systems that we also use. As previous presenter said, in Baltic states, mainly in Estonia, some systems are for free to use, and we can build up our systems on them. So this is the view of log coming from the tree status into sawmill gate management and back the process, the report process, then back to the software. So we have built up our forestry software so that they are operating in certain systems. You can have it all together as one system. Hence we get the call, hello, I want to buy deskies, how can I do it? Well, we are not in sale, but let's figure out what is the software you would like to use. But there are some points, 3 of them are pink. Any guesses why? What is the common feature for them? It is so that they are working as a standards in Estonian case. I know that this is a headache for some of forestry companies in Finland, big ones who have built up their systems as one and huge, and also because they don't have this common system that kind of helps them to use the same data. So they are not built by deskies. Forest Register here holds the info for Estonian government about our forestry features. The data is changed in XML format. And within this system, they have a small robot working, so we can get answer in 5 minutes that can we cut down this forest or not? Is there some kind of restriction? If there is, it will be later on monitored by a person. But within 5 minutes, you get the answer. Then we have the electronical transportation weighable info system called Elvis. He's not dead. And we use it for timber transportation. And it is managed and owned by Estonian Forest and Timber Industries Association. So it's not private company that kind of owns it. That allows to send info from here to different forestry softwares with API, and the data exchange comes with in new system with in JSON format. It will happen in 2020. Our company and our company customers are ready, but as it always happens that some issues it might create. And the third one is that in Estonia, all forest software companies, not only deskies, are using the common format by State Forest Agency, RMK, as a log measurement report, what is coming back from the sawmill. We have the harvester data, but our sawmills want to have gate management systems, meaning that they will measure the amount of timber coming in to sawmill with their own systems. And this is how our companies have reduced the money they have to pay out for IT companies. Through standardization and the flexibility, what you saw in previous slide, so that we can plug in each system to each partner's system. But what happens if you don't have accurate maps to make decisions? We need to have accurate maps, and in Latvian conditions, we didn't have any of them. So we made forest management application together with ForestRadar here. And our part there is that we use, we make alert system for voluntarily protected areas for FSC certificate. You need to know where the timber is coming. It's good that you know either the company that used to own this or private forest owner who used to know this area before. He might have voluntary contract, but still contract with the state that he will protect those areas. If you are new forest owner, you don't know about this contract because it's not in state systems like that. So we made a layer and collected all the FSC interested areas, and now the companies and sawmills know where to cut or where to not to cut, or is it now FSC timber or not. And now I will give the microphone to Ilsa, and she will a little bit more describe you the ForestRadar part in Forestman.
Okay, thank you, Pille, very much. I am from Latvia, so I'm Ilse, and we work, our background actually is geographical information systems in Latvia, and we are 3 years from now, we are focusing just on satellite imagery analytics and looking for different possibilities to find new applications which can add great value to different businesses. And we are focusing now especially on forestry now. So what we have done with the help of Deskis and with a good cooperation within Estonian and Latvian cooperation Interreg program. So we developed this new service Forestman, in which we integrated our satellite imagery analytics ForestRadar, which can provide weekly change detection on clear cuts, on windfalls, and on fires. It's coming soon. So the technology we created is validated. It works all over the country, and we cover at the moment all Latvia and all Estonia. The system is automatic, so it's no problem to add any other country. So basically, yeah, as mentioned today, the previous speakers, so we work with Sentinel 1, Sentinel 2 data to provide like low-cost service for businesses, so which is really appreciated by the companies. And this is just one example of our forest customer, which owns properties all over the country. And what we do, we receive polygons from their GIS system, and we assign value to the polygon, what kind of area was cutted, for instance. And in this case, so the company can react to the subcontractors which are not maybe fulfilling the contracting when they have to do logging in the certain times. And in that case, for instance, they can save time in planting new trees if they know immediately when the logging was finished, because sometimes they are missing this feedback. For any forest owner who owns the forest property and do not live near the forest, so they can secure this his forest by just adding his forest shapefile or just drawing the area of interest, and we use satellite imagery, which are coming like every week, new images. And if we detect change, so the customer can get alert immediately that some change was detected. So this is how simple it's working, the satellite imagery analytics in Forestman application. So we secure it with Basemap, and it's already available. So you can see the link up there. You can check it out, how it looks like. We worked a lot with colors, with quality of Sentinel-2 imagery. And so we can provide this data for any desktop or WebGIS applications already. So it's very simple just to add this API. It's cloud-free weekly updates. It comes with metadata, so you know what we're talking. What kind of data you are using. Just another simple example where we compare ForestRadar Basemap with Google Maps, and you can tell that, for instance, talking with forest customers, again we know that people are looking to buying properties, and sometimes they use Google Maps to see the surrounding. And if you look at the satellite imagery, you see that situation is totally different out there in the field. Windfalls. Windfalls is another case. We had a strong windfall this June in Latvia, and forest company asked, what can we see in imagery? And we were very happy to detect a couple of new spots about which the company didn't know. And so we are now very sure that using both radar data and optical data, so you can really detect windfalls and clear cuts. And you can do it like weekly or every 2 weeks, so you can get this change. And or after the storm, in 2 weeks, you can get the result. So, and this is example of radar data. So if you process this in a particular way, so you get very nice new information just right into your computer. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So